Good morning, my friends, and happy Saturday. Excuse me. I cannot wait to get this grow out coop built so these girls can get out of these chickens. We think some of them are roosters. Can get out of my dining room because their dander and the dust from the shavings is making me crazy. So hopefully tonight they will be evicted. We'll see. Anyway, it is Saturday. We have a super busy day today. Andrew had a friend sleep here last night. Friend from school, Emma. She lives in Lidditz, PA, and she needed to go to Patterson, New Jersey. One of her friends is getting ordained a priest today, and she's going. And it's a very long drive from Lidditz, so we're kind of the halfway point. So she drove here last night. Andrew and Emma and some of Andrew's friends from home went out last night. She spent the night, and now she only has to drive another hour and a half this morning because it's early. It's at like 10 o'clock, so the ordination. So I am up getting coffee and tea going, and I'm going to make breakfast for her and everybody. And then the guys are going to get out there and start building this grow out coop. I have a few things I would like to accomplish today. We'll see. I will be assisting them in any way they need it, but I also want to I made bone broth. I want to get that canned today. And I also would like to try to get some deodorant and lip balm made if I can. The day just goes so fast. And I also have to run to the local grocery store. They have watermelons on sale for $3.99 this weekend. You're only allowed to get one, but two of our local stores have them, two different stores. So I might hit each store to grab a watermelon. We will see, because Lord knows we go through some watermelon. So I'm trying to only have 3 things planned, and hopefully I get done 2 of them. I definitely have to get the canner going, but I have to be here for that. So that may be a little bit later in the day. We'll see. But for now, I just need to get prepping breakfast, find out what everybody wants, and start on that. Let the building begin. Doug and Andrew, well, I don't know where Andrew went. I think he's behind the coop, are getting started on the new addition, the grow out coop for the new babies, and this will be an all-day project. Luckily, it's going to be a gorgeous day, not too hot, not too cold, and nice and sunny. I will show you their progress as the day goes on. I'm going to clean up the kitchen from breakfast. Emma is on her way, and then I'm going to run and grab my watermelons. Things are moving right along. Andrew is working on the cut list and was prepping the area. Doug's working on the cut list and drilling all the holes, trying to do this with some good organization so they can get it up and get it done. Here is little Miss Laura. We're going to let her out the free range today, but we want to make sure she's not going to lay first. And all the other girls are just confused as to what is going on. So while these guys are working on this, I'm going to head off to the store and get my watermelons. So I ran in BJ's for milk. $165 later, I got my milk. So I was walking through and I told you that we were going to build a raised bed for my herbs, get them out of the garden and put them in a raised bed. Doug just hasn't had time to do it yet with building the grow out coop and everything else. It was on his agenda for next week, and we were going to build it out of cedar. We priced it out, and it was not going to be cheap to do it ourselves, but we figured it would last a while, blah, blah, blah. I was walking through BJ's, and they had this beautiful, hard vinyl, PBA free, blah, 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 raised bed planter for $90. I called Doug and I said, what do you think? I showed it to him. It has a self-watering system because he was going to put irrigation in the raised bed. I said, what do you think? He said, I think it's good. Get it. I think he said, I can't build it for that. And this way it's done. He said, if it lasts us a couple years, so I bought it. And then, of course, I walked around. I found a polo shirt for Doug, and then I decided that I'm out. I'm not getting buns made. We decided to have hot dogs for dinner tonight. We were supposed to have tacos. That was on the original menu. But then I realized Adam wasn't home. And like, Adam just loves tacos. So I moved that to next week. And I said to Doug, like, what do you want me to make tonight? I don't really have a plan. I can make anything you want. And he's like, I really want hot dogs. We're supposed to have hot dogs next weekend while he's away. But he said, I just really want a hot dog. So I'm like, that works. So I just bought hot dog buns at BJ's because I'm just not going to have time to make them today. I thought I had some in the freezer, but I don't. So be it. Sometimes something's got to give. And the other day I made like 4 loaves of bread because the kids will be home. Well, Andrew's home, and we knew Emma was going to be there today, and so yeah, I should have just made them when I made the bread, and I didn't. But that's neither here nor there. So I got my milk, I got Doug a shirt, I got the hot dog buns, picked up some ground beef. I mean, we get our ground beef through Butcher Box, but BJ's has the organic, grass-fed, grass-finished also. And they have 93% lean. So I always pick it up while I'm here and just toss it in the freezer. So many quick dinners with ground beef. So I feel like I could never have enough of that. I'm probably not going to do a haul. That's why I'm telling you what I bought. And I bought yeast, instant yeast. I was out of instant yeast. I have active dry yeast for days, but I was out of instant yeast. And it was $5 for 2 big things of it. I think 2 pounds. So I grabbed that. And now I'm waiting in the gas line. It's not too long. And it's $4.45, so that's a fantastic price. So I'm going to fill up, and then I am going to head to the grocery stores and get my watermelons. So a slight change of plans. Hot dogs are out the window. When I was coming back into town, I saw the big sign that the VFW in our town is having their chicken barbecue today. Completely forgot about it. So we decided to support our local vets and get chicken barbecue. So I just ran down and got it. Andrew just ran to the hardware store. As soon as he gets back, we're going to eat. This is going to be our big meal for the day. And then tonight, if we're hungry, we'll just have some fruit, a salad, something, very low in points. So when I get this on the table and plate it up, I'll show you what we're eating. So here is the dinner from the VFW. I could never eat all this, and I don't plan on it. I'll probably have about a 1/4 cup of the potato salad. I'll eat all the green beans and just a little bit of the chicken. It also came with a dinner roll and butter, and it also came with dessert. So I do not plan on eating even half of it because that is a lot of food. So that worked out well. Just as we sat down to eat, the skies opened up and the thunderstorm came in. So luckily it was quick-lived. Doug did get the saw covered. So now they can get back to work. I'm gonna try to show you the progress. I don't have my boots on though, so I can't go in the coop. I'm gonna pass the camera off to one of the guys.
Okay, so Andrew's here to explain what we're doing with this coop. It's really muddy here, and can't walk in. So what we have is the base here. We got some support struts here, and we put up the wall that's going to be facing out, and we got the back wall on as well. The next step is putting on this wall. The next step is putting in the roosting bars, and we've got another panel just like this that's going to be the front wall, and then we got to put on the roof and cut out the door and put a ramp. But other than that, it's like almost done. About maybe another hour and a half, and we should be good here.
You can see the remnants of the storm back there. It's luckily going away. Nice and blue sunny skies there. We didn't get the swing cushions in time. Kind of forgot about them. Yikes. We take them in all the time. We don't like them to get wet. So they're making great progress, and hopefully the little dinosaurs will be out here tonight in their new coop. That is our hope. If not tonight, 100% tomorrow, because they need to get out of my house.
I can already feel the humidity. It's disgusting.
Oh, there's more thunder. Uh-oh. Needs to stop. I am not going to can out my bone broth today because a friend gave me a carcass from a chicken that she roasted. So I've got that in the Instant Pot and making some more bone broth. That way I'll have a double batch and I'll have plenty to can. I will probably do that Monday morning is my thought. We just got an invite on Monday to my brother-in-law's house. He's having an impromptu barbecue. So I don't say no. We are going to go over there for a barbecue. We're having hamburgers, hot dogs, and chicken. I am making a corn, tomato, and mozzarella salad. I'll link it up here. And taking a watermelon. And I may make a WW-friendly cake. Depends on how much time I have. So we will see. But anyway, I am going to get this mess cleaned up. And I think I might go outside and start working on replanting all of my herbs into the new raised bed. I'll take you along. So here is the raised bed I bought. It's not raised right now. I have to put the legs on. The legs are under here, along with all the instructions. So I am going to see about assembling this and getting it started. All done and planted. We have 2 basil plants, cilantro, parsley, oregano, sage, and 2 dill plants. We left the rosemary in the garden because that gets so big. A couple days of rain and a couple days of sun, and man, things just grow. The beans are huge. The cucumbers are going nuts. Lettuce is looking fantastic. Broccoli and cauliflower. Zucchini is massive. Doug needs to stake those up. That worked so well for us last year. We're definitely doing that again. Eggplants are getting big. And of course our tomatoes. And look what we have. Can you see them? There's Early Girl. So that makes sense, right? And then these are our Juliet grape tomatoes that I have heard amazing things about. So all our tomatoes are doing great. I cannot wait. I can almost taste it, my friends. We have definite progress being made. The linoleum is down. The only reason we do that is just to keep the any waste off of the wood floor. Keeps it cleaner, makes it last longer. Roosting bar is in. Just need to put the roof on. Now you may notice there is something missing, and that would be nesting boxes. Hopefully this is just a grow out coop, and by the time that we're laying, they'll be in with the other girls. I don't know. That's our hope. We're gonna see how it works out, you know, with the integration. If it doesn't work out, then we will just cut out this back wall probably and put 1 or 2 nesting boxes right over there. That's my thought. Well, friends, this is it. They are being evicted as of right now. We still have to put in the clean out door, but while we're working on that, they are going to check out their new digs. Okay, here we go. Can't believe the babies are going to be out here tonight. So far, they're just checking things out. We still need to put the shavings in the coop and do the clean outdoor. We're gonna work on that now. But they are exploring and figuring it out. We also need to go down the Tractor Supply and get a big feeder and waterer. We're gonna have to keep those underneath to keep them out of the weather. Because unlike this coop that has an extended roof, this one doesn't. So they'll just stay under there and stay dry. So this ought to be interesting, that's for sure. So what we did was just put up this deer fencing between... Aria is not liking this. She doesn't know what's going on. We put up this deer fencing between the new section and the old section. That way, the new chickens can have this whole section and the old ones can have that whole section. We can get rid of the crate now. So we can get that out of here now and get everything kind of sort of back to normal, at least for the big girls. Good morning, my friends, and happy Sunday. I never even closed out last night. We were tired, very tired. So you saw we put the new girls, or new chicks, I'm not saying girls because we know some of them aren't, out there. They were so funny. They wouldn't leave, like they stayed right next to the door. They would not go like into the coop. They would not roost. So around 10 o'clock, 10:30, we went back out just to check on them, make sure they were okay. And they were all still huddled right at the door. You know, it's definitely warm enough and everything. They're just very confused. We ended up not eating any type of meal yesterday. You know, we had our big chicken barbecue for lunch. I will say we ate, and by we I mean me, all of us but me, ate way too much watermelon. Way too much watermelon yesterday. Like, way too much. Doug and I did make a bowl of popcorn last night because we were a little bit hungry. But that was it for my eating. Today should be pretty good. We'll have breakfast when we get home. And then we'll have our big meal around 4 o'clock, 4:30. And that'll be it. And I'm making it, so it's steak, which I believe is 4 points. I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's 4. Baked potato for me is 0. I'll add a couple toppings for points. Roasted asparagus, 0. So yeah, it should be good. But it is 7 o'clock. We are heading to church because he's got to sing. So we're all going early and getting it done. Doug wants to return a few things to Lowe's. Andrew's got a little bit of homework to finish up. And I just have some work in the kitchen to do. I left the bone broth in the Instant Pot all night on warm. It's fine. I just need to strain that off and get it in the fridge today. I have a piece of popcorn stuck in my throat from last night. It's making me crazy. It has to sit in the refrigerator overnight so all the fat rises to the top and you can skim that off. So I'm going to get that in there today so I can can that up first thing tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow we're going to go to Doug's brother. So I have a salad to make for that. So should be a good day. It's supposed to be beautiful weather. It's supposed to get super duper hot next week, like in the 90s. So, you know, it's my kind of weather. But I will be back when we have our breakfast. Okay, we are home from church. I'm changed. I'm going to get breakfast started. Before I did that, I strained off my broth from yesterday. It is gorgeous. Beautiful color, beautiful texture. I got 2 of the almost 2 full half-gallon jars. Plus, I've got the whole one from the other day. So I should be able to can up about 5 quarts of broth, which will be fabulous to put on the shelf. So I'm going to clean up this mess, get breakfast started. I'll show you my breakfast. We decided to have guac toast today. I'm really in the mood for that. And then I'm going to get started on some dinner prep. Okay, breakfast this morning is some guac toast, 2 slices of my homemade bread, 2 tablespoons of guacamole. The bread is 4 points, the guac's 1 point, my eggs are 0. So it is a 5-point breakfast for me. I also had a half a mango, but I ate that while I was cooking everybody else's breakfast. So that is breakfast this morning. This craft project for my nephew is going to be the death of me. I have been working on it for weeks. You know how we do the cornhole boards? Well, we kind of have stopped doing them pretty much because the price of lumber is outrageous and what we have to charge for them is crazy. But there are people that still want them, even though the price has really gone up. And we're doing a special set right now for somebody he works with that's retiring. And it's a lot more intricate of a design than we've ever done. And it's a 2-color stencil. Just trying to figure this out taxed my brain. Thank goodness for Doug because he helped. And now just trying to cut them out. Like that, I'm just having issues. So we are painting it today. Well, not me, hopefully. I have to get ready for dinner tonight, so I am sending Doug over with the stencils and the paintbrushes and all that. And if they need me, they can call me. And it's fine. I should only have about an hour or so's worth of prep to do for dinner, so I should be able to get over there. We'll see. I just hope it turns out. I really hope it turns out. They're really cool. One of the sergeants in his department is retiring, and so we're doing sergeant stripes, and they have kind of this inside joke about one of the highways, Route 55 here in Jersey. So one of the boards is going to have the Route 55 symbol. One's going to have his sergeant chevron and then his name across the back. So it's just, you know, the Route 55 symbol is black and white, and the sergeant chevron is gold and blue. So both of them are 2-color stencils. And just trying to figure out how to do this has been like, so I'm getting the last of them cut out right now. And then I'm going to ship Doug over there. We'll see. Okay, finally got that stencil done and out of the house. And I've been prepping. I have the steaks ready here. I'm just going to put some steak seasoning on them and put them back in the fridge. I'll pull them out about an hour before we want to grill them to get them up to room temperature. I got the chicken cut up and ready to go on the grill. That's going to go on just like that, and we're going to put barbecue sauce on it towards the end. I got the salad made. I got all the toppings for the baked potato bar done. I got the potatoes prepped and ready to go in the oven. Making some bacon. That's part of the toppings for the bar. And I am catching up on my buddy Jay, watching him build a new coop for his cute little silkies. I got to get over there and see those little girls. And just keeping going. I'm going to step outside in a little bit and get the yard ready. This is the kind of stuff that happens at the JPP house. We're trying to take the tarp off the chicken coop because it's getting really hot under there with this humidity and the sun.
What the heck is that?
And Doug isn't home. So Andrew and I figured we could do it ourselves. Oh my word, why do I see this ending badly?
This isn't going to end badly. It's more or less I need somebody to hold the ladder while I get down so I can climb on that roof.
I am officially the worst vlogger ever. I never picked up the phone all afternoon. I mean, you saw me like getting prepared. It just got so busy before they came. Oh my gosh, I have like mascara under my eyes. And then like while we were here, honestly, we were just living in the moment, and it really kind of felt good not to pick up the camera. And I don't know how comfortable people are. Did you hear that?
I forgot I used my pocket.
That was my husband. I just, you know, I don't know how people feel about being on camera. So, but I did fantastic. I made pretty much all of dinner. Krista made some dips, an appetizer dip. It was very good. I did have probably a little more of that than I should have. But dinner, I had a 4-ounce steak. I had So that was 4 points. It was a butcher box steak. Sauteed mushrooms for 0. Roasted asparagus for 0. Baked potato for 0. We did have a baked potato bar, so I had a tablespoon of sour cream. I had a tablespoon of shredded cheese, like not even a 1/4 ounce. A sprinkling of bacon bits. It was probably a 1/4 of a strip of bacon. And some chives. I'm going to count my whole dinner just because of, I don't know, I'm going to count it as 7 points. It was not 7 points. I know it wasn't, but I'm counting it as 7 points. I had a slice of watermelon. Krista did make a pie that I think was 4 points for the slice I had. I did great today. I am very, very proud of how I did. Tomorrow we have another barbecue, and hopefully I'll do just as well there. We'll see. But I do apologize for not showing you any of the festivities. I should have showed you how nice I made the yard look. You know, even with chicken coops and gardens, you can still have a decent yard. So it looks good. But I'll show you that tomorrow. We never did get to play cornhole. We planned on playing cornhole. Maybe tomorrow Doug and I will play some cornhole. We'll see. We've got a lot to do tomorrow, too. Doug has to return some stuff to Lowe's. And I think Home Depot has mulch on sale. We're going to get some mulch. And then I have to do some canning. Yeah, there's not going to be any time for cornhole. Unless we take the cornhole boards with us.
I thought about that.
We'll see. But I will be back in the morning, my friends. And you can can some chicken broth with me. Good morning, my friends. It is Monday. It is Memorial Day. Please take time today to reflect on what this day means and give thanks to the people that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, because that's what it's all about. It's not about picnics. It's not about this. It's not about that. And I will never wish you a happy Memorial Day, because it is certainly not a happy day. I wish you a reflective Memorial Day. So thank you to all who gave their lives so that our lives are just a bit better. That being said, I'm up and I'm gonna start canning. So I've got lots of bone broth, and it was in the refrigerator. You keep it in the refrigerator overnight, so in the morning you can skim the fat off the top, which I did already. And now I am heating it all up. I have 2 pots going. It needs to be hot. It needs to be boiling when you put it into your jars. You can't do it cold. It's all hot pack. So I've got my canner plugged in and ready to go. My jar's washed. And with this electric canner, oh my gosh, so stinking easy, because the display tells you everything to do at every step, and that's what I love. So I am going to turn you around and we're going to get started. So my first step after turning it on is to fill the canner with 3 quarts of hot water. There's a line also in there that indicates where to fill it to. But that is the first step, is getting the water in there. Now the next step, I have to adjust the knob on pressure can, and it says pressure can, so we're good. Then I'm going to adjust the time, and all recipes will have a time. I need to process my quart jars for 25 minutes. Consulting my instructions as I do this. The next thing we're going to do is press the little forward button, and it will tell us to insert the jars. So I am going to fill each jar halfway up with hot water and place them in the canner. So I have all of my jars filled halfway with hot water, and I'm just going to place them in the canner. Hot food goes in hot jars, and then it is canned. Now I am pressure canning this. Certain things can be water bath canned. Oh, that's right, it only fits 5. Certain things can be water bath canned. Certain things need to be pressure canned for the safety. I am not a rebel canner. I know there's rebel canners out there. I'm not, because I'm scared to death of botulism. So I will only follow approved recipes from the Ball book, from my instruction manual, and from the home food preservation website. I will not do anything that YouTubers do or any other canning sites except those, because like I said, I'm a worrywart. So the next thing we do is we put our lid on, kind of like an Instant Pot lid, lock it in, press the sealing valve down, it needs to be in the middle for can, your little valve, and then we just press the button again, and it's doing it all on its own. It's now warming our jars. This takes about 20 minutes, depending on if you use hot water in the canner and hot water in the jars. So we're just gonna wait until this beeps and lets us know it's ready. Okay, already gave you false information. The regulator needs to come off. This is why I read instructions 3 times. We put this back on in the next step. So regulator off. Okay, those jars heated up super quick because I used hot water on everything. So now it's flashing fill jars. So what we need to do is fill the jars. So I am going to, oh, I gotta lift the lid up. Take the lid off. Take out 1 jar at a time. Dump the water and start filling. I heated my broth to boiling, and now I'm just gonna work quickly to fill the jars. I'm going to fill it to 1-inch headspace, which is right under the rim. There is a tool for you to check that and get all the bubbles out. Now it also says to remove bubbles. Normally when you're doing just liquid, you don't have to worry about bubbles too much. I still do the step just because trying to ingrain all the steps in my head for every canning method. So right at the bottom, I'm going to remove the funnel, my 1-inch headspace. Let's make sure there's no bubbles. Then I'm going to place a lid on. Now, oh, no, I'm not. I forgot a step. I'm going to wipe the rim of the jar. Put a lid on. I still heat up my lids a little bit. They say you don't have to do that now. But I like to because I think it softens the seal a little. So we're going to just center that, make sure it's right on top of the jar. Put our ring on and tighten it to fingertip tight. You don't want it super tight because it needs to vent air out while it is canning. Then we are just going to put it right back in the canner so it stays warm. And proceed with our next jar the exact same way. Okay, there are my 5 jars filled and in the canner. So the next step we have to do is called venting. So what we do for this is we put the cover back on. Lock it in place. Make sure the regulator is not on. Press the arrow key again. Heat will light up. Once the proper temperature is reached, the canner will go to the vent phase. And what happens during the vent phase is the pressure starts building up and steam will come out of this valve up here. It'll last for about 10 minutes, and that's what's going to get the pressure correct that we need to can. So now we just wait until we hear the beep. I tell you, it's idiot proof. I'm living proof of that. So I ended up getting 6 quarts total out of my batch, and you have to run the canner with at least 3 quarts in it. I'm not going to rerun the canner for 1 quart. We use so much broth that I'm just going to put a regular lid on this, label it, and put it in the fridge when it cools down. And that way I have one in the fridge, because I always have chicken stock in the fridge to, you know, just have a working jar, because we put it in a lot of things. So I'll have 5 nice quarts to put on the shelf and 1 in the fridge. So you can hear it making all kind of rumbly noises, and that's just getting ready to vent and ready to get up to pressure. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to start on breakfast. It is more like a brunch because it's late. So we have a whole bunch here of leftovers. We've got chopped up bacon, asparagus, a steak, mushrooms, and shredded cheese. So we are going to have omelets for breakfast and probably a little bit of steak on the side. What a great protein-packed breakfast. It's going to keep us full right up until the picnic today, so we won't have to worry about spending points on lunch. We're also going to have, I have English muffins stalling on the counter. We're going to have that as well. So let's get making breakfast because we are really hungry. Okay, the venting has begun. It vents for 10 minutes. So we're down to 6 minutes, and then we put the regulator on and get ready to can. Okay, so we are ready. It tells us to put the regulator on, and then we can start canning. So I'm going to take the regulator, push it down until it snaps, put it in the can position. I'm going to press the arrow, and there's the 25 minutes we put on the first step, and it is just going to start canning, and it's going to start counting down from there. Once it's done canning, then it's going to start cooling. So we'll be back. Okay, we are dining outside on this beautiful morning. It is gorgeous here in Jersey. So I am having a very veggie omelet. I got all kind of veggies in there. I've got asparagus, mushrooms, and tomatoes in there. All 0 points. My eggs are 0 points. I have 1 point's worth of steak that was left over from yesterday. I just heated it in the air fryer. Got a little more done because I had to kind of re-cook it. And a 3-point English muffin. So that is my breakfast. I'm going to give the steak, I measured it out. It's 1 point, 3 points. So I have a 4-point breakfast this morning, packed with protein, packed with veggies. What a way to start. And nice sourdough for my gut. What a way to start off the morning. Okay, we are in the last stages of canning, and that is the cooling. This can take up to an hour and a half, depending on what you have in the canner, how much you have in the canner, and things like that. So just going to let it go and wait till I hear the 10 beeps. Okay, it is done. Time to take them out. Always open the lid away from you so you don't get a steam burn. Now we're just going to lift them out. And there we have it, 5 quarts of home canned bone broth. We'll let them sit here and cool completely. Minimum of 12 hours, maximum of 24 before we check the seals. Quick, easy, simple. I love my electric pressure canner. When you have a job you don't really want to do, shucking 16 ears of corn, at least you can do it where it's beautiful. And it is beautiful outside today. The sun is shining, there's a slight breeze blowing, and it is just gorgeous. So my plan is to do this outside. So because why not? I decided to make a cake to take with me. I was on the fence, so I'm gonna do it. I'm going to make my chocolate chip banana cake and take that with us this afternoon. I made this in a video and I will link it above. So we are off to my brother-in-law's for a little picnic gathering. I was going to show you everything I was taking, but it got in the cooler before I could, and Doug just remembered something he forgot. We forgot Wayne's birthday gift. Okay then, guess we'll give it to him later this week. Oops. So, what else did I want to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to show you what I'm taking. So, that's okay. So yesterday I made a salad to have with dinner and I forgot to serve it. Yeah, we were done eating dinner and I came in the house to get something, opened the fridge, and there was my beautiful salad and 4 homemade dressings. So instead I'm taking it today. So we have a green salad with 4 homemade dressings. I made that banana chocolate chip cake to take. I made the tomato corn salad to take. Is that it? Oh, and I cut up a watermelon into wedges to take. So we have all that in the car. We have the cornhole boards in the car. We have the fishing gear in the car. So we are heading down there, and hopefully I'll remember to pick up the camera, unlike I did yesterday.
You can't just jump on it.
Bend your knees.
Wait, I think there's a video somewhere of somebody else falling in. They're on the plant.
Well, friends, that is a wrap on this 3-day weekend. We are home. I am getting ready for my week. Just getting the dishwasher emptied, getting Doug's lunch packed. I got to get back into the swing of this. And breakfast, his lunch and breakfast packed. And just getting everything ready to go tomorrow morning. Baby seats and diaper bins and all that fun stuff. And we still have a tag to film, and it's after 9 o'clock. So I got a late night ahead of me. I totally forgot to update my website this weekend. It just threw me. So yeah, it's still like last week's menu on there. Honestly, I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it. I was hoping to get to it tonight, but I have editing to do and uploading to do. So I don't know. Sometimes something's just got to give, and that may be it this week. We'll see. I am counting the days to summer. I need a break. Big time. So I am looking forward to having a nice summer break, I hope, and yeah, figuring it all out. Adam comes home in 2 days. I can't wait for that. I miss him so much. And our neighbor's setting off firecrackers. I never got the point of firecrackers. Fireworks, I love. Firecrackers, no. Oh, so stinking proud of the chicken babies. They put themselves to bed tonight. I could not believe it. They all went in the coop on their own. No, they're not. 2 of them were roosted. The rest of them were like right on the floor near the door. But guess what? They're going in. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. 2 of them went in last night on their own. all of them went in tonight. I don't know if they see the big girls doing it or what, but it was wonderful not to have to chase them and put them in. So anyway, that's it. I will see you at some point this week. Not sure when, but I'll definitely see you, my friends. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.